throw one of these on the sticker board.
That worked.
All right.
There we go.
See what you guys were saying.
Decline the one on the phone. See if that don't. Hope it don't mess me up on this one. You there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I'm still here.
Okay.
Bradley. Hey, how's it going, Todd?
Turn this down. I was watching the Lake House Beach.
Oh, I was just watching
the
news about the cathedral.
Yeah, I seen that today.
That's
crazy.
They doing everything over in Paris anymore, ain't they?
Well,
I
mean, it could just
be
an accident, but still, we're losing like 900 years of history.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's not like it's gonna magically get put back together.
Huh?
Nope, it won't. People's crazy anymore. They do all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Right.
A lot of times it ain't accidents anymore when they do something.
Oh, but I mean, they were going through renovations, so it could have been anything.
That's true. Electrical,
chemical, smoking. Like it could have been anything.
It's the truth. You can't never tell what could happen. Especially if they was redoing a lot of things in it. And it was old. One bad wire or something.
Yeah.
Do I sound all right on this tablet?
Yeah.
I hear my echo.
Oh. I wonder why it's echoing.
Because your mic is picking up your speakers.
Oh. Switch it to the phone. Lincoln. What's up, Lincoln? What's up, Mike Wolf? What's up, Joe?
You want to say hi?
What's his name?
Colby.
Hello.
Hey, Toby. How are you?
Hey, Mike Wolf. How you doing?
How you doing, Kobe?
Yes, how you doing? Shane. That's Shane.
I'm doing good.
That's good.
You going to bed? Okay. No, we can take it. Okay. Give me 1 minute.
1 minute.
I'm gonna go tuck a little man in.
Okay. I need 3 or 4 phones, Mike Wolf. I can't watch everybody's stuff. That's what I do too, Mike. I use tablet, phone. But to buy 2 or 3 more tablet phones just to keep up. Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
We'll have a late show with Shane.
Yeah, right.
right.
We got Mr. Wolf, Mr. Durman.
Durman.
And Lincoln. You got the party.
Yeah. Shoot, it's easier on this tablet than it is on the phone. So I can get the chat. And still talk.
It wouldn't be on mine and Lincoln. It's Shane's tablet.
I need to switch somehow.
Because my computer doesn't even have speakers.
That's what it is. I wonder if I can switch to my phone.
Two Shane's up.
Can't get from I messed up my.
Let's try that again.
Okay. You there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I switched to the phone.
Okay.
And it went crazy.
Yeah, I ejected that other account because I was like, okay, this is gonna get bad real quick.
It won't echo now.
Investment future finances. How's it going?
That better, Lincoln?
Yeah, that should be a lot better. Much better.
Get that speaker on the back of this thing. Made it echo.
Yeah, it's whenever your mic picks up, when your mic picks up the speaker, that's where it gets the reverb at. And some of that, like you can control the sensitivity of the mic. You can drop that down. But like the one that I stream off of, it's literally just a computer inside of a case, like an old DirecTV case. And if I unplug my headphones from it, then it disables all audio. So there's no way for me to have any kind of feedback on my end.
Cool.
It works. So whatever. So
hey, investment future finances.
I'm pretty stoked because as long as this sticks, which is kind of going back and forth right now, but I would be at 800 subscribers.
Who deleted his message? He's from Lake House Beach. He's all right.
Yeah, he's good.
He just come over from Lake Houses.
Yeah, I just met with him last night. Oh, I guess.
Yeah, you was over there last night too.
Yeah, dude, I was like, Mike, it goes back and forth because I was like 803, and then it dropped down to 796, and then it was at 800 earlier, and then now it's like 800, 799. So I don't know.
That's the way mine has been done too.
But I'm hoping that it sticks at 800 because no, even if it doesn't, like I should do a giveaway thing because man, 800 is
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It is to me.
Yeah,
If
so I went through
$800, have a big giveaway.
that whole box of pennies tonight, and I got like 3 coins out of it. And like the best 2 coins was the Indian head, and then I found just a minor double live reverse. So I'm like, man, I hope this means that because I talked to my bank today. Yeah, I talked to my bank today when I got the pennies. Yeah, because today's Monday. See, I don't even know what day it is. And asked her to make sure that she had ordered a box of quarters for me for tomorrow, so that I can go through this week. And she's like, yeah, I've had other people ask for it too, so I have $3,000 of quarters coming in. I'm like,
wow,
dang.
Everybody wants them, ain't they? Jeep and John and them found 65 of them West MW.
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
So
like my thing is that, like how well should I try to time this? Because I know that the armor usually shows up between 12 and 2, 12 and 3 is right around the time frame. Just depends on what route they're running. Like, do I go in and grab a couple of boxes while I can get my hands on them, and then just take them home and burn them, and just burn through them?
That's what I do, but it don't seem right with all these. I mean, people finding this many coins already.
Oh, but the thing is that like they are finding that many, but it's because that they are going through boxes. They're supposed to be in every box. They're supposed to be like basically what is it, like a 1 in 200 chance?
Yeah.
Of these things, and like, so there is a possibility that, how well that they were mixed, because we don't know how well they were mixed. They could have been mixed, just dumped in like the top of a bag, and that section makes it into a box, and it occupies 20% of the box, while all the other boxes that were made out of the same batch have nothing in them. So, there's no telling how well that the distribution actually is. 207 listings on eBay for some complete rolls of W quarters. Some of those might actually be legit. Some of those might be pre-orders.
Yeah.
Which I still think it's garbage, but. Well, my bank still has paper wraps, so they.
I'm about with you, Lincoln.
When they have funky boxes, they tell me about the funky looking boxes. The boxes that don't look like the normal ones. So the last funky box that I got had all the 2019 the 2019 Denver pennies in it. So if there is an odd looking box, then I know that it's probably something in there.
Because they made just like 1,400,000 of the dime. They're making 600,000 more of the quarter.
Yeah, they're minting 2 million.
So they made a lot more than the dime. But
that's really what the question is, though, because this is the first time, because the 1996 W dime was specifically in mint sets, and that's the only place that you got those. So obviously, if you find those in circulation, then that would be the rarity. These coins are specifically released into circulation.
You know, but they're making 4 different ones though.
So,
no, 5 different ones.
I think that this is going to capitalize on the coin roll searchers, the coin roll hunters, and more specifically the people that go after the high grade versions of them. And I would estimate that the value on a high grade W quarter is 4 digits at least.
Could be. There'll be a total of 10 million, but 5 different designs. But the dime was just one design because they ain't never gonna change the dime, ain't never gonna put nothing different. Don't look like. They should have. If they was gonna make a W, they should have made 2 or 3 designs like they did the quarter.
Right, but look at the price on W quarters right now. Sorry, not the W quarters. The W dimes. You can pick them up for like $15-20 slabbed. Well, that's not the. I think there's so much more demand on the quarters right now that it is going to realize a premium just because.
Set. If you get all 5 and make a set out of it,
oh,
it'll be unreal.
I would love to see.
Like
I would love to see. What was it? I just had it in my head. Shoot. That's what I get for trying to multitask. I would love to see those like oversized holders, like the ones that like PCGS and NGC has, that does like proof sets and like you know this like the special sets for one of those circulation W sets. Yeah, you can get $20 for the dimes without being slabbed. And like right now, especially right now, and it could just be just the initial, you know, the initial rollout that these things are commanding, you know, a couple $100 raw for the quarters.
But a whole set of them, all 5, will be worth a lot, I think.
Especially high grade. If you can get something like that high grade, dude, we're talking, you know, you're talking 5 digits possibly.
Jeep and John and them thinks they have an error, but will the PGS accept it as an error is the case.
Well, and that would be the drawback of finding new errors, is that you're going to have to go through a source that is basically known to, well, for lack of a better term, certify double dies, errors, and have that letter, you know, attesting to the fact that yes, this is truly an error. And the other issue with that is that even generally with that letter, they will recognize it, but they don't have to.
They just send it straight in.
Send it in with a true, you know, authorized, quote unquote, authorized error that exists, and they can put it in a slab and send it back as like an MS-67 blank.
They're sending it straight to them.
So, but if you just send a coin straight to PCGS and it's not part of their no listings, I don't know. I mean,
I don't either.
That would be a tough call, and that would be heartbreaking to spend the time and the money to send something in only to get something coming back the saying that is just an MS strike.
Yep.
What's up, Alden?
You gotta have a lot of paperwork most of the time to get even to think about giving you the I can't think of it now.
Good at the grading.
Yeah, and have them to recognize it's a I can't even think of the word. I just said it a minute ago.
Error of variety.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that if you have that paperwork from, those known people like Wexler or,
That's where they should have sent it to first, was him.
right. But then you get to, you get to the point where, what if that you just send it in a PCGS and they do authorize it as being a discovery piece,
It'd be
or
worth the money.
or yeah, but you would have the first one, or you send it to one of the known people, knowing that they have like a 3 or 4 month backlog because they're only one person and they're 700 years old.
I say all them grading companies go have a backload because everybody's sending them in.
They can flex their workforce. Like I'm sure that they have like on call, stuff like, especially when new stuff like this comes out. Yeah, they're gonna be a backlog for maybe a few weeks, but then I think it's gonna phase out again. Like it'll just be a wave that comes in and then it'll ebb back. But there's no relief effort for those those individuals that do that do the quote unquote certifying of errors and varieties. So I think that's one of the biggest things that we kind of lack in the community is those type of people, those recognized people. That we don't have too many of them. I think we have like 3. What if something happens to like Wexler?
Something happens to them where you go, they ain't got nobody else to do it.
Right. So who's gonna be the next? Because there's gotta be a next. And that's what I'm curious on is the process going to be that the grading companies then become also the error and variety like dictators? Like they're the ones who in-house certify that it's an error of variety, even discovery pieces. Like I'm sure there's got to be a process for that internally.
Should be.
But generally, if you had a discovery piece, you would have that documentation from, say, like Wexler. It says, this is a double die. It's not, it's not noted anywhere else. This is the first one. And I certify that this is a true double die. And with that paperwork, they'll put that that designation, whatever it is, like DDO number 1 or whatever, on the slab, and they'll label it a discovery piece.
On this one, looks like there was something in the die, if it's a error or not, that it hit there and made a straight line from his eyeball to the letter I.
Oh, on the quarter?
Indention, yeah, indention in it.
Like a struck through?
Yeah.
Oh,
but it cool. I don't think it shows through the backhoe.
Yeah, something like that. That would be, if it is truly a struck through, that would be a significant strike through, and you wouldn't have to have a any kind of letter certifying that it's an error. That's something that they can very much determine that it's a true strike through or not.
But yeah, like a die break. That's what it looks like to me. Or something was in the die and cracked a dry break across the wire, or it could have just hit something in the bags, a bunch of coins, smashed it real hard. You can't never tell.
If it's a die break, depending on the size and shape, it may not be strong enough to really qualify as something significant. Because die breaks exist on all kinds of coins. It might be an interesting piece, but the strike throughs, if you're talking a strike through, that would definitely be worth an extra amount of money.
It's more of a die break to me.
Okay.
Right at his eye, and it goes right to the letter I, and the letter, shoot. It's in United is where the I goes to. But then United, I ain't seen none of them. It looks like lowercase on it. Are they making them with the lowercase U? Because I ain't never seen them with the lowercase U, and it looks like a lowercase U on it, on that coin too, and he's with the die break.
Well, I have no idea.
Instead of a capital U, listen here, it goes down and has the line. It drops down like you're making a lowercase U.
Oh, okay.
He didn't even see that till TLT showed it to him when he showed us the picture. But he never did show us another one to make sure that it was different.
Yeah, and some of that stuff just has to be seen in hand, though. I mean, it really just depends.
It's hard to see in a picture a lot of times.
Yeah, because there's a lot of other things that can play into effect. It could be anything from like the lighting. Like there was a picture that somebody posted in the coin community that was on one of the newer Shield, because they're bright and shiny, and you can't tell because of how bad that the lighting, the glare comes off of it. Like you can't see anything.
Jeepin' Johns and Dodger 455 is the one's got it. Dodger 455 is the one found it, and that Jeepin' Johns is son-in-law.
Okay.
They found 65.
Well, I
Dodger
know,
found 18 by himself, and then they found the rest together.
Who was it? Eagle.
Bald Eagle found some too.
40 of them. Like that's just insane. But again, like it's one of those things that it could very much just be that how did they quote unquote mix them in the bags? Did they just pour them in and they just happen to be in that one pocket? Don't know.
Somebody gets a whole box, you didn't know it's over.
Yeah, I mean, it could. It's the same way as those mega boxes of $50 that is like half of it's freaking silver. It's just that happens to be the pocket that that batch got dumped into, and you never know. So, but the other thing that I would love to figure out, because that's how my brain works, is when stuff like this happens, what is like the service areas, even for like the major like Federal Reserve banks, their service areas. Like obviously, I know that there's probably gonna be one in Portland, or Seattle, and then what's up, boss? And then and then it gets filtered down, and depending on where those banks reside, like what's the service area, like how how does it filter out? Because when something like this happens, well, I'm gonna be calling 5 different banks in Portland, and I'm just gonna go up there and start getting boxes, because I know if I'm gonna hit anything, I'm gonna hit it up there first. I'm not gonna hit it down here, because down here is still gonna be the stuff that's been in circulation for the last 6 months that's being fed out of, or at least the last month being fed out of the Reserve Bank in Portland.
The only one that I seen around here it ain't even close to me is Nashville. That they was going to see them too by the sheet they showed. So they might not even ever get up here till next year or something. We ain't even got to 2019 pennies yet.
Right. And I've seen a squat ton of 2019s ever since right before I hit that box. I've been getting them in change and everything. So I know that late March, early April is generally when I see the new stuff come out. So especially with the timing of everything, I think the rest of this month, I need to be burning boxes is what I need to be doing.
Yeah, around there, seem like you get them quicker than a lot of us.
Well, yeah, especially if there's a bank in Portland. Portland's only an hour north of me. So, as far as the coinage, the coin distribution, and like that kind of stuff is, I'm gonna see it quick.
It's like if I lived towards Nashville, it'd be different. I think I done had a lot of it, but in this small town, and then the other towns above ain't too big neither. Knoxville's the only closest one that's bigger. That they might have some in Johnson City. I ain't drove up there to see. It's a bigger city too.
Yeah, and that goes back to I would love to see what kind of service areas that the local armors have.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, I know a lot of it. That's going to be highly confidential information, but I would love to figure it out or have some idea of just. I don't have to know routes. I don't have to know. Just give me like rough service areas. Like give me Willamette Valley or something like that where I know, if I need to get different coin from my quote unquote service area, how far do I have to go? Do I have to go to the next county over? Do I have to go 2 counties over to hit a different service area? I don't know.
See, Alden said he ain't seen it in Johnson City, so there ain't no telling how far me and Alden would have to go. He might even have to went to Charlotte, and I'd have to go to Knoxville or even farther.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would love to figure that out somehow. Somebody needs to get on that. Give me some inside information. Who wants to go work for an armored company? Come on. Team Oz raid. Yeah, that would definitely be cool.
Ain't you gonna get on here, Oz?
I sent him a link. He's probably half asleep.
We ain't got time for you to go to sleep.
Either that or he's probably still playing games. I sent you a link, Oz.
I'd send him again. It messes up sometimes.
Well, that's unacceptable.
I know it, but it does.
Cindelicious. How's it going? I'm gonna unjack my stuff up right now. Yeah, I had one like I had to combine tabs and I don't even know. I had 9 tabs going and it was on 4 different topics and I'm like, dude, this is nuts. I go, what am I even doing? Because I was looking at getting Okay, here you go, Oz. I'm sending you another one. I was looking at getting some extruded aluminum, some T-slot extruded aluminum to build this frame. And I'm like, dude, like this is going to be anywhere from like $250 to like $350. I'm like, I don't need an extruded aluminum frame like that bad. Like, yeah, it's nice, but no.
Not that spend that much.
Yeah, so I spent a total of like I think it was like $80 worth of lumber. That I'm gonna build basically two and a half boxes and then put them together. So I've got some bracing because I don't want this thing to shift, to wobble side to side.
Yeah.
I've got some big fat L bracings for the back of it that'll still give me. Oh, that's not good. Well, that's not good.
What?
I look over and I got a heater failed.
That ain't good on one of them things.
Nope. Like I know. I hope that is just a.
It's just like one of them CNC machines or something like that. Heater or the fan messes up.
Well, if it's the heater, like if it's the extruder heater, then yeah, I can understand why, because I've been running this thing literally for like 3 days solid. And it wouldn't necessarily be that bad, except for I would have to tear the extruder head apart and pull out the heater, and I luckily last time that I had this issue, I bought multiple of the heater blocks, so I just have to put in another one and wire it up.
Yeah.
Still, it's not the way that I want to start this off, especially since I have all 15 of the single stack complete. And I have 5, 10, 15, 16 of the 50 wall brackets done. And that means I have 25 double stacks, which is what I was starting on, and 50 logo plates to print. Oh.
You got it.
So we shall see. Last thing I want to do is tear this thing apart right now. That'll piss me off something fierce.
Didn't you get to it? I'm gonna smack him.
What's up?
Did you get the link, Oz?
I sent him the link again.
CJ's always busy. Alden.
Well, I was busy.
Well, here lately.
And then Alden happened. And then Lemon happened. Yeah.
They don't want you on here in Ozark. It's showing you right at 800, CJ.
Yeah, and I just looked at mine, and it still is coming up $7.99.
Huh.
So that's not true, Lincoln. I'm just with all of this stuff going on, I know I'm gonna have some stuff. Okay, Oz. I don't have Oz on like Messenger or anything. But I would have Oz on Hangouts, right?
Should. He didn't. I don't know how I did it. He didn't send me a link in the email. He just called me.
This is not okay.
I want a copper John Wayne figure, CJ. 2. I want 2 copper. John Wayne figure, CJ.
Alden, yes, I did, sir. Thank you very much. Let me see if I can find
what. Ain't no telling what Alden was up to. See, you got to buy you 2 or 3.
For what? Hold on. What?
I said you got to buy 2 or 3 printers to get caught up,
dude.
or build you another one.
Yeah, I'll use the 2 and then use them to print out the third one. Okay, let's see. If I do this and I do this and I send this message to
should work the way you done me.
Well, and that's so I just sent Oz a link in Hangouts. So maybe if he checks Hangouts, there would be something in there because I just sent him just a straight link to it.
Yeah. Because I ain't got the link, Oz. He just called. That's what it shows on mine.
But yeah, so I was on the other night after starting to work on all of this stuff, and then Lemonhead started talking about what do you mean you don't have Hangouts?
You got to have Hangouts.
You're killing me.
Yeah. I hear y'all.
Video call.
I know how you are.
See, but that's not.
YouTube goes through Hangouts. You gotta have Hangouts to go through YouTube, don't you?
What? Yeah,
emailing.
You getting any of my emails? Killing me. Yeah, I just sent you another email.
Killing me, Smalls.
Killing me, Smalls. So then I was talking with Lemonhead about some thank you cards and the John Wayne bust, and then I was showing a couple of copper tubes that I had printed, just to penny tubes to printed in the copper, and Alden was like, how many of those can you get out of a spool? And I'm like, I have no idea. So I'm like I can rough rustimate it, I guess.
Only Alden.
And so I'm like, dude, I did.
Lord.
Oh my gosh. Okay, invite people. There's the link. And I'm gonna say,
hey, Penny Queen.
Ozark.
Alden, you and Joe. Now Lincoln's wanting 2 or 3 things. Did you ever get all lemons done?
Oh shoot! What am I doing? Okay,
I'm ready to be on till you figure it out.
I'm trying to not be stupid right now, and clearly it's not working. Okay, let's try this. I'm trying to multitask, and clearly it's not working because I'm trying to get my printer working again. All right. So Oz, I just sent you another email with the link to the Hangouts. How about that? See if I can jack this up even more. Hi, Penny Queen.
Alden and Joe, Jesse, Kids and Coins is gonna have a auction soon. She's got all kinds of stuff this time, a whole box.
Where's my okay? So there's that. So that's good.
I ain't seen Lemon on today at all.
He's probably sleeping.
It's a possibility.
There he is.
Finally know what you doing? Did you make it, Oz?
There he is.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Here he is.
Finally know what you doing?
So
Somebody's echoing.
so I gotta do 25 like business cards for Lemon. I gotta do 25 thank you cards for Lemon, and his logo printed out in the copper. And then Alden says that he just wants 2 tubes to start off with, and then he came around with, well, how many tubes can you get out of an entire roll? And I'm like, so I pull it up on my screen, and I'm like, okay, well, it's gonna take approximately 2.2 like 2.6 meters, roughly for a tube and a lid, right? So I'm like, okay, this thing has what 352 meters or something on it, whatever. So I'm like, well, it's coming out to roughly like 100, 100 and technically 120. But that's zero loss for the entire roll. So he's like, oh, well, I want 100. And I'm like, okay.
That's all.
I'm like, oh, crap.
Not me.
Oh,
No,
crap.
not
So I'm
me.
like,
I didn't order,
I'm roughly calculating like how many like of these like all these pieces are gonna take, and I'm like, dude, I have like 4 weeks of print time right now. Of print time. Crap. I'm like, okay.
You shouldn't never put nothing on YouTube.
Yeah, but that's not me. I love this. This is just fun.
It tickled me. I didn't buy nothing, Harley. Not me. Yeah, I knew you probably had a massive order in. So did you get Lemon's order done?
No. I wanted a specific. Well, specifically because I knew it was going to take me some time, and he was fine with it. But I wanted to make sure that I got this that I got this big order done first, because it's a local guy, and like he's the one that I talked to about it, a few weeks ago. So he's on the top of the list there. But I'm definitely chipping away at it. That's for sure. Because I have my phone. I had calculated like the number of pieces just so like I have something that makes me feel better about myself. 50 and 50.
Shame me.
So I've got for this job, I've got 140 pieces total. And right now I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31. So I have approximately 22% complete.
Yeah.
Approximately. It's like 22.1%. But still, I'm just like, but I got my filament on Friday, and since like late Friday night, early Saturday, or like mid Saturday, my printer's been going solid. I think the last time that I gave it a break was today, this morning.
He said that's my first order. That's his first order.
That's his first order, CJ. Howden says.
Keyword first.
Damn it. My heater element just burned out.
Oh shit.
Those printers are gonna burn out before it's all said and done.
No, I specifically have they're called MOSFETs. And basically a lot of the current that would normally go directly to the heating elements go through the MOSFETs first. and that takes a lot of the load out of it.
Nice.
So because I did burn up a connector to the heating bed before, twice. So
is it on the? So you go to replace the heating unit thing on that again, or you go to take it apart and work on it again?
What's nice about it is that the heater element is just a little cylinder. So I literally just have to like unscrew the set screw that's in it, and then pull the heater element out, and then unwire it from the board, and then pop a new one in, and then fire it up, and that's it. So
that sounds better than a lot of things you have to do. That's simple.
Yeah, like the last time that I had something happen in my heat bed, dude, I was down for like 2 days because I had to tear basically the entire printer apart. That sucked. That sucked big donkey right there.
There's always something messing up on them. Something.
Yeah, I just said that because you're cranking out 100. Some of those things aren't designed for like industrial use.
So, but thankfully, the last time that I bought heater pieces, I bought like a 2 or 3 pack. So, because I knew that it's only a matter of time before these things happen again, and I might as well have the extra parts on hand so that if in case something happens. So obviously, like tonight, I'm gonna go order another set because I know this is gonna last me at least this week. Even running it as hard as I am, because I've been running 3D prints off of this thing for months. So yeah, I'm just gonna order another set. I'll probably do it while it's running my first print, and then when this happens again, I'll just do the same thing and take it apart, slap a new one in, start it up, keep going. But it's times like this where if I had that second printer, that I could easily just continue printing while I have one down. I always have one available.
Yeah.
So that I'm not completely SOL.
It's gonna be cool when we see you on Shark Tank.
No. I don't need to be on Shark Tank. But I also wouldn't mind making a few bucks on the side. So
I feel you.
Reasons.
I feel you. But I wouldn't be surprised if I did see you on there pitching an idea.
I don't think that I could do that. Like I think I have like good ideas, but I don't think it's going to be anything where it's like earth shattering. Like I need investment money like right this very second kind of stuff.
Right.
But that's just me. I don't know.
We'll just call Trump.
There you
go. Okay, I'll hold my breath. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if I don't know if this is cooled down enough. I got to unscrew it from the bottom.
Oh, then he's like, "Well, I got it."
I'd like to see your set, Alden.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I'd like to see his collection. We'd probably be mind blown. Over there, sitting on Fort Knox.
Alden Knox.
all 5 or 6 safes.
Dude, I saw a video on one, and it was like one of those like the Sentry safes, like the the basics ones that you get like Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. And the video started off with a with a circular saw. I'm like, what the crap is he gonna do with a circular saw?
Hey, that'd be cool, Mike.
and the guy uses a circular saw and basically cuts this safe in half. Like, and just opens it right up because it's got like the thin like sheet metal and then like the fire foam inside of it, and then like he basically cut the door off this safe. I'm like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose, huh?
Uh-huh.
I'm reading all this.
Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna send Alden a surprise when I send his wood burning stone.
When Alden and Joe want something, they usually get what they want. And it's usually nice stuff. Real nice.
Yeah, I don't when any of those guys are playing, I just no. I know better than that.
That's when you kick back and enjoy your chips and dip.
You're right. Enjoy my my top ramen.
Yeah. Your taquitos. I love those taquitos, man. The store-bought ones that you just pop in the oven, dip them in sour cream. Man, those things are so good. I'm sure they're not good for you, but
I can't compete with Joe. Hell, he's prints his own money.
Alden's
Dang, Joe. Joe and Alden both good people.
Oh, Alden's just spending his children's inheritance. That's all that is. Like the hell with it. You ain't getting chat. No.
The Durham Mint.
The Durban Mint. Gotta look and see if it's got a D on it. If it does, it's from Durban.
Oh, so get this. So I get this message earlier today from I don't know if you guys know who Jeffrey Schumar is.
I don't know him.
He does numismatics and stuff. He does coins too.
Yeah.
So he was at the coin show up in Bellingham with Paula Bloom, and so he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, can you do a set of dies and some of those dividers that you printed for Paula?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's no problem." So which it's really not, because I don't have to like design anything, because I just have to print it, but it's still like that second printer can't come fast enough right now.
Is that the one that went with her?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now. I don't know him, but I've seen him there with her.
Yeah. Shoot, what am I doing? Okay.
I'll be right back. I want to get me something to drink.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Hopefully that I don't break stuff right now.
It's funny. It was earlier when I was trying to explain that there's two different hangouts. I was telling you verbally, but you couldn't hear me.
Well, yeah, like I brought up the hangouts, and I added Shane, and I was just getting ready to go to town, and then I realized, I was like, Shane's like, oh, I can't see chat, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, I'm not live. I just video called him just straight, and I'm like, well, that clearly doesn't work.
Right. Oh, it's all good. We figured it out. No, you can go in through your creator studio and create an event.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to do, but I just remember that the Hangouts part of it, like the Hangout screen comes up after you hit the live part, and like that's the part that I had in my head, so I just went straight to Hangouts.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, okay, well that doesn't work clearly at all, so I'm just retarded. It's fine. Okay, so this one is burned out. So this one has to come out, and I have to put this one in. Ooh, I don't like how loose this is. I might have to replace my whole heater block right now. I don't wanna. I don't wanna.
It's part of it, man. You'll work out the kinks.
Yeah, like I hate these stupid set screws, because I got this tiny ass set screw, and it's like it's got to be made with like Chinese aluminum, because like I swear that I've already stripped it like 3 times. Like I don't even understand how that's even possible. It's like it's only got one size. Like how do you strip it?
Yeah, well, the 09 VDV has me excited, man. That's awesome. I got a place for it.
Oh, 1909s.
An empty floating display. A little 4-inch one.
I remember my first
Me too.
my first 1909 I actually found in circulation. Oh, this sucks. I'm gonna have to tear this whole thing apart. Oh, it's not what I wanted to do tonight. Balls. At least I know I specifically got parts to do this. Because I'm smart. Yeah, anytime that you have something that you have expendable parts, yeah, just go ahead and just get like a crap load of them. So that should be a 0.4. Yeah, 0.4. And then, does that have the set screw? Yeah, it has the set screw.
Queen.
I mean, like I kind of understand it, Mike, but I think that's retarded. And I understand what they're trying to do, but I think that is one of the stupidest things that.
Mike, you could do that in about 3 or 4 days if you try.
That YouTube could have. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna do it like this. Like I just. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do the sub for sub thing.
What am I trying to do? Oh, that's what I need.
I'm back.
See, if you think about it like this, from YouTube's standpoint, where they get paid by advertising, if more people have 1,000 subs, then most likely the overall number of viewers on YouTube will grow. And therefore, YouTube can say, we can get your ads in front of X amount of people per minute or hour or whatever. And so it makes their stocks more valuable, from YouTube's standpoint. When they're talking to advertisers and charging advertisers per whatever they charge. If that makes sense.
It's all horse crap. What?
Right.
So this has to be
all that money.
Yeah, of course it is. That's what it's always been about.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, and like I feel bad for some of the smaller creators, like me.
Mm-hmm.
That really just throws us at a disadvantage, because what if you don't have a what's the word I'm looking for? What if you don't have a base, like you take videos and then you put it on a computer, and then edit them and like all that stuff. What if that's not your not your platform? Like, what if like the stuff that you do would more or less require some kind of mobile device? Like, don't you think that's kind of limiting creativity?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things people are affected in different ways. Yeah, I agree.
So sure. I kind of think that's
I think it's unfair as well. It's almost like penalizing new people, really, or people who don't live on YouTube, but use it sometimes. So it is kind of unfair. It's almost like some RPG games I've played through the years where, when you're one of the first players and you played for a while, then all of a sudden they put some kind of rule in place where it sets you back, but it also limits the new players too. And anyway, so I've seen that happen. So yeah, a lot of times the little guy does get.
Well, yeah, and for the point that Mike is making, yeah, I 100% agree with that aspect of it.
But if I have 1,000 subs, then I can live stream being chased by guys and shooting people. I know what you're saying, Mike, but I'm just saying. So the only difference is if I have 1,000 subs, then I can live stream that. You know what I mean? So that really don't make a lot of sense. I get it, but at the same time.
But I think it goes back to the point where that it's at the expense of mobile creators.
Oh yeah.
That there's gonna be issues.
Yeah, there's people who have outdoor channels, and that's how they film from their phone. They go do whatever, or their GoPro or whatever, but they're outside and they're streaming mobile or whatever. There's guys that like to Mellotech. They don't have 1,000 subs. Their whole channels, some of them are around their live streams of their Melloteching hunts. Well, now they can't post.
Right.
Stuff like that. Right, you can take a video, edit, and upload it, right? But some people enjoy going for a walk and live streaming to their people, or whatever.
I've been using Streamlabs.
Like my son, he likes to live stream. Well, now he can't live stream because he doesn't have 1,000 people.
Let him download Livestream or Streamlabs. YouTube said you could use it already, and he can live stream still. It's a simple program. It's just a app. They're doing that stuff, a lot of it, so they can't, like using an app, they ain't liable for what goes on through Streamlabs is all it is.
Right.
Nova's finally figured it out tonight.
Well, it's Nova still. I mean,
I can also see how liability issues, are coming into play.
Well, and I think that is one of the biggest drivers is the liability, is that when you have that many more people, under that magic number that are just doing random live streams, like, especially with that crap, article, what is it, 13 or something from Europe?
Yeah.
It's that kind of stuff that I think that is probably a major player in the reason why that they went to that. But
Novus will definitely have over 1,000 subs if he puts out content.
Novus figured out how to do it on Streamlabs, and he was going crazy because he was driving down the road doing it.
That's not a good situation.
And then he's showing the cops on the side of the road. I thought, you going to jail.
You better be careful saying his name. He'll show up next.
He might be at Lake House Beach. Lake House Beach still on. I ain't looked and seen.
Yeah.
I went over and for a few
You know
minutes.
how it is. Talk about a guy, next thing you know, he pops up.
Novus knows I talk about him.
Yeah, I don't show Lake House Beach on. Just show SJ on.
He's probably at SJ's in.
Novus is awesome, man, for real. I'd hang out with
Yeah,
Novus.
Novus is awesome. He knows how to aggravate the shit out of him.
Right. Right.
He does me the same way.
Right.
If we didn't aggravate each other, we'd think we was mad at each other.
Right.
Yep, his ass is over at SJ's and she give him his wrench back. I ain't going in there.
I'm gonna go say hi to SJ real
He
quick.
said, you racist some, Lord of mercy.
Need like one of those things. You know those automatic like cat litter box things? I need that for like all of the small stuff that falls off my printer. Like just sweep all that stuff up. Just do that.
Done got a warning. Noah said, first warning, Shane.
What'd you say? Did you just say hello?
I said, hey, SJ, sweetheart. Noah puts, first warning, Shane.
That's so jacked up.
Lord, I get in trouble already.
Just
Poor
step foot in
Shane.
there. Just
Going
step
to
foot in
get
there.
timed out for being himself.
God, I keep losing stuff. Why do I keep losing stuff? I literally have everything right around me, and I can't find any of it.
Oh, to type it out, it doesn't recognize it, the spell check, right? You want to see what I got? I'm going to show you guys. Yeah. I got my bag in heck. And I got a dragon egg too.
Okay, that's way easier than I thought. I thought that I was gonna have to hardwire to the board, and I forgot this thing comes with a plug. I just unplug it and then wire the new one in.
Dragon egg. Dragon. 6 over some stack. Yeah. So I got my number 88.
I was watching some older videos. Well, I guess within the last few months of people like Bradley Height. And man, there's some really cool stuff that is coming out of our communities.
Okay, quiet. Bye, Jacko. That bums me out, Red.
Alice fell asleep.
Oh, no, I'm still
you're
here.
being talked about.
No, I'm still here.
$1 million.
Where did my other piece go?
I was just checking out
Hopefully the government
SJ's stream.
saying they can
Okay.
do the operation soon.
Saying hi to Novus.
Oh, Shane's muted. That's why.
Swap and sell it here on
I'm saying hi to Novus,
25. Shut up.
SJ, Draco, Lake House.
Back off. You back
Got SJ on his ass now. Told him to back off, not to be mean to me. That's it, Shane. See you in 5 minutes.
Oh no!
I'll get his wrench tucked away.
Or buy it now. My hair's falling out.
Go
She
Washington
told
and
him
Peter.
no.
Hello.
She told
Coming
him
from-
no.
Coming from Germany. My family's actually from Germany. Where what city are you in?
Who?
Gold Washington.
It is currently.
I even got a buddy that I used to work with, and he moved to Germany. So, but my family's from Nuremberg. That's where we're from. Okay, cool. Yeah, so my family came from. My dad was born in Nuremberg. My friend lives over in. Where does he live? I'd have to look at a map. I remember it. And then my sister did a host year over there, but she was up near Denmark. She was on the north end. She really liked it up there. It's a cool place.
It was just been really nice here, but my body's not hurting really bad, so I have to do it.
All right. Well,
She wouldn't let him tie me out.
I told him not to be messing with my homie.
I seen that.
I figured somebody probably tie me out. That's what I figured.
He said, "I'll see you in 5 minutes, Shane." She said, "No." Tickle me.
Birkenmare.
Huh, that's cool.
Lord.
Hey, hi ho, what's up, my brother?
Is Hi-Ho in?
How's he not
Hey.
a mod? How's Mike not a? Oh, this ain't my chat. Never mind.
Yeah.
You don't know where
I
you're
was
at.
like, wait a minute, what the hell happened? I was like, I know I didn't mod these guys. I was like, what the hell?
Ozman, what are you doing in my chat, bro?
I'm over here modding people.
Take a step back here, Home Slice.
Penny Queen, you could take your, instead of going to Disney World or Disneyland, you could take them to Dollywood in Tennessee. It's a little bit cheaper. She's talking about going to Disneyland.
Yeah, they do, Alden.
If you're close to around Tennessee.
No, I was just thinking, man, next thing you know, Hi-Ho's going to be mad at me thinking I took his mod. And I was like, hold on a minute. He's been a mod in my room for a long time.
Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of rides there. They're building a lot more. There's a lot of old-fashioned stuff. A lot of good food. They do where you blow glass up and make stuff out of glass. They have a training ride. They have all kinds of roller coasters, and then they have a little section that's like a fire. They have a lot of shows and music shows and stuff like that. Hey, Gold Wash. You ever been Alden? I always thought he was in his own chat, didn't he?
Yeah, that's okay.
CJ, I come back and you have lost sub.
Yeah, it goes back and forth, and I don't understand why. I mean, like I get why, but like, you know, usually it's YouTube's algorithm that 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 messes with it.
I got all that Believe It or Not and all that stuff. I got the Titanic and all that Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. If you want to go to all that, it's just like they do in Bronson. They've got the Dollywood. They've got all kind of stuff in Gatlinburg. They've got a place you can take them to see fish or aquarium. You name it. Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge in East Tennessee, they've got it. It's about $65 to $55 a day to go to Dollywood, I think now.
But do they have waterfalls?
They've got their own water park, or you can
No.
go to the water park.
Waterfalls. There's a
Well,
difference.
I don't remember about waterfalls or not. They do up in the mountains. You can go up the Smoky Mountains and see the waterfalls.
It's called Silver Creek Falls, and there are 10 waterfalls in this state park, and it's 35 miles from me.
Cool.
And I can go up there. Like, it takes no time at all to get up there, and it's beautiful because like if I just like want to kill a solid half a day, that's exactly where I go. Do there, and the trail is 8.6 miles. 8.6 miles long, and to walk the entire trail, it takes about 2.5, 3 hours, like 3 hours. But
Sounds
still,
like
it's such like if you go early in the morning, like you never see anyone there. Like, it is quiet, like almost scary quiet, but it's so calm, and like you can hear the waterfalls and everything. It is the coolest thing in the whole world. And it doesn't cost anything to get in, like because I have the pass, the yearly pass, so it's like $30. Otherwise it's like a $5 parking whatever thing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, if I go like once every couple of months, it pays for itself. But then, like, other than that, like if you go up there like right after they open, like 8:30, 9 o'clock, there's nobody there, and you won't see anybody until you're on the rim trail back is when you first start to see people. So it's cool because you can sit out there and you could just like sit down like in the bushes, or just sit down like on the trail, or just stop there and just hang out, just sit at the waterfall. Both the south waterfalls you can walk behind, and then the north waterfall, the north falls are so big that they actually have this huge area that goes behind it that has been hollowed out, and they have benches that you can go down and just sit down like behind the waterfalls.
Cool.
And it is crazy. It's awesome. I love going there because it's that disconnect where it's like nothing touches me here. I like it. It's a cool place. Same.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes you just got to get away from everything.
Yeah. Yeah, very much. Okay, let's see if I can not jack this up.
When I used to go deep sea fishing, I liked it because the phone didn't work when you got Safari out there.
Hey, right?
And it was just whoever on the boat was with you, then everybody else went around. It's just the waves. Rolling, and it's peace and quiet.
Yeah, that's the best. You just hang out, and you know that's life right there. Whew. And that's why Alden loves this mountain.
So I like the mountains up here too. Live out in the country and I can drive 45 minutes to a place that's got, during vacation season, during the summer, millions and millions of people go through it. Now, I like Texas too, Penny. Oz, you asleep? CJ Ozark muted us.
No, I'm still here, bro. Just
Yeah,
chilling.
he's only half asleep. Good, it's cool.
I was just listening. I'm watching one of my friends on his live stream. He's doing UFC.
You talking about Wicked?
Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped on his live stream the other day just for kicks.
He's pretty high ranked online.
Oh, I'm sure. He seems like a pretty cool guy.
Oh, he really is. He's supportive. He's
Who?
legit.
Who's you talking about?
King Wicked 420.
I don't know if I know him.
But I'd like to fight him on there a couple times.
Oh, on the game?
He's won like 150 in a row, so
Yeah, that's what he was saying the other day.
so my chances are very slim. But I would like to just, I'd like to match up against him just to see.
Right?
As you know, all it takes is one good blow and it's over.
Yep. Right?
Sometimes it really does. Like, I know you've seen some of the replays. Sometimes it really does come down to who lands that head kick first, because they're both throwing it at the same time sometimes. The difference is who landed first and who didn't. But yeah, he is. He's a cool guy. He comes watch my streams.
He kind of reminds me of a guy that I knew in high school. Kind of the same personality. Really laid back. Just really chill.
Yeah, I'm focusing on this game. He's one of them dudes that I would sit around and play Xbox with, My cousin, when we play, all he does is talk shit the entire time.
Gold Washington's almost at 200. Heck yeah. It's kind of crazy how we can kind of sit back and I remember when I first hit 200 and I thought that was a crazy thing, and then it was 350 and then it was 500. I'm like, holy crap. And then it kind of plateaued a little bit, and then I kept on getting big jumps, and then now it's just basically at 800, and I'm I only need 200 to make 1,000. That just seems crazy to me.
Right.
Okay, so that's plugged in.
My last 750 came real fast. It's nuts.
Well, yeah, but some of that builds kind of exponentially, because when you have more stuff, more people out there, then they come a little bit easier. But
right,
I mean, yeah, especially the first 500 was it was rough.
Right.
Shoot, I'm in a stall right now. I ain't moved. I'm at 342, and it's just like stuck.
I bet a lot of that's seasonal. A lot of it's seasonal, as far as more people home during the winter.
Probably.
A lot of times people have more time to sit on a computer and do nothing because they can't go outside and do anything. So maybe in the summertime it's a little harder. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I'm gonna start putting different content up.
I think
Sport,
I think you're
places
doing.
I go and coins and everything. It's just gonna be a lot of different things.
I think you're doing the networking part right. So, by visiting other people's streams and.
Yeah, I would love to do more panels like this, just because honestly it's kind of weird to hear my own voice.
I hear you.
Like when I watch my videos and stuff, but I feel like that it's such a one way kind of thing that I don't know, it's kind of weird. So I think I would like to do a lot more live panels, live streams. This Thursday I'm hosting the coin Q&A. So I'm going to be prepping for that the next couple of days. And I think that's going to be cool because that's going to bring a lot of people to my channel that have probably never been to my channel. But yeah, I think a lot of it is just the live interaction and just like when you talk to somebody with like a live voice, there's more of a personable connection. So
yeah, you seem like you get to know somebody from a different place.
Okay, so I got everything plugged in. I'm going to try to preheat and see if it's all gonna run up. I replaced the nozzle, the heater block, basically the entire hot end. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay, so now I just gotta level it, and then I'm back in business. Woohoo! See, magic. Magic. Go back. Okay.
Lincoln said he just hit 1771. I told him to give me 771 of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll take 400. That would be great. Just
or just the 700.
Heck, I would even take 200. I mean,
later, Gold Wash. Not.
But it's all good. See, Gold Wash. Thanks for coming in. Okay, what do I need to do? I need to run a leveler. There we go. Know what I'm doing now. Dude, like the part that I'm gonna do right now, the leveling part, that's gonna be the worst. Because I gotta make sure that it's exactly level to like 0.1 or 0.2 millimeters from the surface of the glass. And if it's too high, then it'll just spit it out. And if it's too low, it'll sit on the glass and the filament will be like piled up inside the nozzle head.
If you don't get it level, it won't run right.
Right. So, but luckily, I do have this thing that is basically a test print. And what it specifically does is that it just makes a couple of lines around the your print area, so you can see exactly where you need to level it. And it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Love it.
Night, Lincoln.
Lincoln taking off?
Yeah, he said he had to get up
Okay.
early.
Have a
Night,
great night,
Lincoln.
Lincoln. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Sleep well, Lincoln.
Okay, so okay. While I'm doing that, I need to go on to and get some more hot ends, some heater elements before I forget. You guys ever have, like, I had this happen like twice today, where I was at the store getting supplies, and I literally walked around the entire store twice because I could not remember what I needed to get. Like, I even had my list of stuff I needed to get, and it obviously like wasn't on, you know, on my list or whatever, and like I still don't know what I was supposed to get.
I still have like probably 150 clips from knockout, so they're gonna keep coming.
Oz Alden wants to know how the design's coming.
Not bad, bro. All that work you go in there. I ain't gonna put cards on, like training cards, and then I go in there and they get knocked out in 5 seconds. There's a whole waste.
You might not hear me.
I think he can hear you. I can hear him typing.
It's true, Lincoln. That's true, hi-ho.
I'm scrolling up here. I appreciate it.
This is Oz. How's the design coming? What Alden said. Alden says he's hitting the moonshine again.
Talking about Oz. Oz the City in the Moonshine.
Yeah.
See, I'm just now seeing all that. So
Is it?
But I was in the other
Is your
window.
chat lagging?
no, I was in the other window, so
Oh, okay.
I was watching him fight and listening to you guys.
He does
What's
like me.
Who
Looks
fight?
through everything.
King Wiki.
Oh, Ken Wicked. Okay.
I'm thinking his fighter must hit really hard because it seems like it drains the other guy's energies pretty quickly. He uses a heavyweight. I have a light heavyweight. But no, Alden, I'm going to put together a couple designs and then let you pick. But they got to be badass, man, or we just can't even fool with it.
Just about everything you and CJ do is badass.
Nah.
I beg to differ. And
You
the
just
reason
say
is
yes.
because
Just
I
say yes,
did.
CJ.
I did. Where's my print at? I did this print, and this thing was going to be awesome. And I printed it out, and everything printed just fine, except for one letter that freaking did not go into the rest of the form. And I cannot understand why, because I double checked it on my thing, and I have it exactly where like it goes all the way down, but I can't understand how that it didn't take, like it didn't grab. So and it took like just over 3 hours. I'm like, do I try another one because I'm printing it with the copper? I'm like, do I try another one, or do I just call that one good, or do I try to?
What's it look like?
Like everything is there except for the one letter.
Is it for somebody?
Yeah.
Are they in the chat?
No.
Well, show us. I'll tell you
I
if
don't
it's good or not.
I don't know where it's at. I
You don't
put
know
it somewhere.
You
I put it
just
somewhere,
lost
and now I don't know where it's at.
You go have
Because
to clean that
I was
desk
doing
up.
it with it like 1:30 this morning because I wanted to make sure that it was done, or whatever, before I went to bed. So then so then I had to go stick it in the freezer because then it'll separate from the glass better.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, I'm like, crap. So I'm like, okay, so can I use like a soldering iron or something and then like add it back on? Or like, because I don't know, 3 hours of print time with that with that stuff is just yeah, I think it would kill me.
What a name.
Yeah.
Better find you and put you another mod in there. CJ.
Yeah.
Because Lincoln went to bed, and I don't know if Joe's still here or not.
On? Sorry, I had some opportunities going on. Holy crap! What is going on?
Hi ho, probably been out there swimming in the ocean today.
Okay.
I would eat the sucker Kimmy sent me, but I didn't poop first. So
I'm here. Joe popped up. I'm here.
There you go. See,
I don't know what that's doing.
the man.
Said he lived in inland.
He lives inland. Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's near the coast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's a couple cities in.
Say, I think like some of you guys might like it, like where I'm at, because like I'm in the middle of the valley, and like it's an hour to the coast, an hour to roughly an hour to like a major city. Half an hour east to go to like some of the best state parks in the entire state, and then an hour to the mountain. I'm basically like an hour from anything that you want to go to.
Sounds cool there.
Except for the weather. The weather, it always rains. Period.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I look, and every time it's always raining up there.
One of my favorite metal detectors to watch is Metal Detecting Oregon. And I do find silver all over the place. Makes me so freaking jealous. And the soil is soft, good digging, because I dig in rocks. But I've always
yeah. It's well, and there's spots of clay too.
Right.
But yeah, otherwise. Yeah. Okay, I gotta run this print again. Shoot, where'd it go? Lost it. I lost it again. It's the fourth thing I'm lost today.
Well, that's when he's not working at the Durbin Mint.
No, I think I need to print like access cards to the Durbin Mint, and you have to mail them into Joe Durbin to get a special video invite of the Durbin Mint. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Thanks, Vern.
Oh.
It's a full-time job. I'm sure it is, man.
Yeah, he's got four printers going at all times.
Yeah, two money printers, and then 2 minting machines in the back, and he just homeboy just runs his own money.
You got it, SJs. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew.
What's up, Andrew?
Hey, Mr. Durbin. I'm just saying, if you need like special access cards or something, I'm your man. You come to me first, buddy. Like I got you. we can inset some some RFID chips into into the 3D printed access cards. I'm just saying, I'm next level stuff right now.
Right. Right.
Actually, you know what? That is not a bad idea. Because I can do magnets and like that kind of thing. But if you just had the RFID like the RFID chip by itself, like like basically the one out of your credit card or whatever, and inset that into it, it would effectively work the same way.
Cool.
I'm just saying. I'm thinking. Watch out. I got my brain on.
Joe has a gay chicken in the back laying egg. Something. Golden eggs. Golden planchets. Laying golden planchets. Okay, my guy, CJ. Oh,
Not even close.
Yep, you'll have your own currency. We'll be buying coins off of you with it.
Man.
Oh, that could be a problem right there.
Oh, wow. Dude.
Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay.
Yes.
Hide silver in his beard.
Dude, I sold over $2,000 in gaming stuff today.
For real?
Cool.
Yeah. I was just looking at my earnings reports over here. I was like, holy shit. That doesn't mean I get all of that, but that's what I've sold. But I did stream for like 6 hours, so.
So what you're saying is that you're Mr. Moneybanks.
No, not at all.
Penny, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at it tomorrow and see if there is enough of the actual structure there to see if I can put it back in. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. I could try it, but I've never done anything like that, and that usually means that I'm gonna jack it up, and it's gonna look terrible. So I don't know, but I'm going to look at it tomorrow, and see what my options are, because at least Wednesday, my other printer comes in. So if nothing else, then while I'm printing the rest of the stuff, I can just run that, like, to see if I can take the structure all the way down, like into the bottom mesh, and then just reprint it, like, I don't know, something like that. So what are you buying me, Oz?
I'm not sure yet.
Just do what you think. Don't listen to like we did last time.
Right.
Hear me, CJ?
Yeah, it's nothing like that. I mean, it's like if I had to like dissect like how the part is put together, it was probably one of those things. Like I had one of the pistol stands that I did, and it started trying like to print in midair, and I could not figure out how, like, what the crap that it was trying to do until I went back and I looked at my model, and there is a 0.2 millimeter gap in between the top surface and then the lettering. And I'm like, well, that's it right there. So I will have to go back and look at, because there's different like wireframes and stuff that I can look at and see if it's just one of those, because that's what it kind of looks like. It kind of looks like is that there's just such a small gap that for the software it was too small and it just never picked it up. So, which is probably the case.
That's what it sounds like. Cool, Andrew.
I'd invite Joe and Alden to my potluck dinner. You're my buddy. I don't know why. Cost me money all the time, damn it.
That's probably what both of them think sometimes.
Right.
Dude, Andrew, you need to go buy some lottery tickets, bro. Like right now. You need to go buy them, and then when you win, then you share
with everybody in chat.
That's how it works.
Exactly.
See, one of them thinks, well, I want that. The other one gets it.
Oh, we know that. We know it's friendly banter.
Lemon likes it. Lemon says, bit him up, bit him up, bit him up.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Shoot, I've seen him sell pennies for $45 and $50 each.
Like, when I first got into like the coin aspect, I could not for the life of me understand how that a single penny could, be worth $40 or $50. And then it wasn't until I started looking at, well, okay, so there was only like 40,000 of these things minted. Well, that makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, not that much. Yeah, let's try that. I had to take apart my hot end again because it's too far. It's not high enough so that I can get the air, what do you call it? The air duct on. And it's still sitting like half an inch above the print bed. So I had to adjust it around. Reasons.
Somebody bought themselves a badass computer setup.
Who?
I don't know. I just know I sold it.
Oh, you sold it.
I don't know.
Well, where'd you see it? That's what I was about to ask you.
Oh, no. I was looking at orders, Amazon orders, what they bought, and stuff like that.
Are you creeping on people right now?
No, I'm looking at my earnings reports on Amazon. See, and that's the thing. No, yeah. and that's the thing. I can't see any buyer names or any personal info. I have no idea who bought it. All I know is that I sold it through one of my links. So I have no idea who bought it. So, like, I don't have to deal with returns or customer service or anything.
To answer Penny, yes, I did. I was completely out yesterday, and then today has been just back and forth all day. So that's why I haven't responded to you yet.
That's good, Andrew. Keeps it exciting. Switch out different hobbies and different things.
I think I'm totally jacking this up right now.
No, you ain't. What do you think that?
Because I just tried to adjust it again, and I'm going the wrong way.
Thought that baby shark Bradley poured last night was pretty cool.
He's done got it to her.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse got it today.
Nice.
She done a video. I won a peace dollar off of him the other night.
Okay, let's try that. By the way, when you're messing with like things that heat up, just make sure it's like cooled down a little bit before you start touching it. Just, you know, in case you
Kind of like the wood burner.
Yeah, not that I burnt myself, but I have a silicone like heat sock on it on the aluminum block, and yeah, it's still a little bit warm. Just saying.
Don't get me something on it and melt it now.
I wonder if
Mike Wolf's here. Well, hello there, YouTube. Mike Wolf here. He cracks me up that.
I'm wondering if my issue is because the way that I put the heat block together. Oh,
I like your avatar, Mike.
Stu put something in wrong. Put it backwards.
I think Mike's avatar would even look cool on a t-shirt.
Who, Mike?
Yeah,
Mike
it
Wolf?
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully I don't break this. So I think it's because I put it on like that when it should have been on like that. But then still a little bit warm. And it's going
Or maybe
down.
embroidered on a hat. That would be really cool.
Backwards. I really wish this was easier. There's got to be an easier way. Like put it together the right way the first time.
Trying to multitask too much.
Oh, jeez. I know, right?
I got my Mike Wolf sticker right there. Maybe I can show some of mine. There's my Shane. Flash in your pan. Tessa. Shaw's. Big Flip. TMQ.
Mike Wolf here.
Monkey.
You know, he's got that stuff copyrighted. Just saying. You gotta be careful.
Oh, he goes.
Yeah, but I get $1 every time. Mike.
So I'll try to put together another heat block.
Yeah, I got a couple billion. Somebody gave me, 2 people gave me $1 billion the other day.
$1 billion? Billion what?
Oh, we will, Alden. I don't have it. I'll be honest with you. I don't have it right this second. But I have it in my head.
Yeah, it's 1995. Every time you say Mike Wolf here.
I want it to be something badass, Alden, something you're very proud of that you want to show off. Not just say, oh, hey, that's cool. I want you to be like, dude, that thing's freaking badass. That's what I look for. It's not going to be much different than it is now, but it's going to be.
Did Lemon get his yet?
No, he won't. I haven't sent it yet.
No. Know if he sent it yet or not.
Nah, not yet. I didn't do anything today but sit on my butt.
and play UFC training club.
So we played
man,
the
sucks.
other game, whatever it was.
There's other modes like
Hell, he was running around in his drawers on one game. Then the dude took his drawers off and showed his ass. I thought, shit, what's going on here? I thought, what Oz? What are you doing, Oz?
You're killing.
Then he's
I'm too
talking about
lazy to do anything.
they was talking about their Johnsons and everything.
Oh my god, I know, right?
I was like, what did I walk into?
I was as surprised as you, believe me. See, that's a story mode. So I'm playing different missions in between, and then it cuts to those scenes, and who knows what they're going to say or do. So I'm seeing it for the first time, just like you are. Yeah, I did. I got knocked plumb out by my sparring partner a couple times, huh? I did put it on me. I kind of think it was like part of the game. Like you have to lose so you can go backwards, so you can go forwards, or you really did, Alden. That dude boxed me up good and proper, then put me on the ground and smashed me out a little bit.
I can't get no better than what I seen today.
Your training partner ain't supposed to beat your ass.
I'm just saying, it kind of sounded like that you liked it. I'm just what it kind of sounds like.
I get knocked out by Joe's bids.
Mike Wolf here.
Dude, if you're charging $19.95, man, then I think I need to up my game a little bit. Take that off, and then we have to cut this. Oops, there we go. Okay, now I gotta spin this around. Spin this right round, baby, right round.
You better copyright it before somebody else does, Mike, because they'll be saying you saying it. They done had it or something.
Oh, I love my Joe Durbin bell. I was just looking at it just a minute ago. So it sits on my desk. That thing's pretty cool, man.
Could you actually copyright a name? Like I mean, obviously, like like there's like athletes that are basically franchises, but like are just a regular like Mike,
movie,
like John Smith. Did you copyright that?
I don't know, but they did Baggins.
What do you mean they did Baggins?
Baggins was selling Baggins pour bars on this website or some company, and the movie Lord of the Rings, that I can tell is the way it's talked, called the company and told them that was copyrighted already. Baggins was, and he had to change his name. Silver Baggins did to Silver Dragons. Is the way I take it. That's the way it was.
Oh, that's so jacked up. That's so much bull crap.
But he was using a company to sell him Baggins bars, and they got contacted. He's supposed to put it all out and tell us what it all was. He didn't do it today. I didn't see it if he did. That's the way I took it. He said it was.
That's so much crap.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it's clearly has nothing to do with, you know, that franchise or anything like that. Like, why? Like, why do you have to go through that much effort for BS? I don't understand.
I don't either. They wanted their share, probably.
Yeah, they felt like you were profiting
that's
off
exactly
of
what
their
it
brand.
was. Because everybody's got to have their bloody money.
Yeah. It's crazy though that they're out there actively telling people to cease and desist, basically.
And
Just
because,
like
go ahead.
Pro football player in me used to have, I mean, the exact same name. The only thing was different was our middle names. And if he would have somehow copyrighted his name, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Or copyrighted the last name or the first name or something. It wouldn't been like, wow.
Well, like what I was. Where was I going? See, it's gone. It's already gone. Oh, there it is. That since we are such a small entity, that there would be, you know, there would be no way for us to take something like this to any kind of court level, you know, to try to, you know, to try to fight it, or, you know, to like mediate, because there is just it would cost just too much. Because I'm sure, like, if that he could realistically, he could go to, you know, he could go to court and say, you know, this is my name, you know, you can't, like, this has nothing to do with Lord of the Rings, this has nothing to do with anything like that, so, like, you can't cease and desist on something because I'm not copyright infringing anything. This is just strictly a use of my name.
Yep. But he'd spend thousands and thousands of dollars that he ain't got, probably, for trying to make a bar through. It just went through that company's what it was, where he was selling through it. They found out somehow, or that company sent off to get the copyright, and found they said they didn't have the copyright one.
That just doesn't make any sense. It's just, there's too much political
Bullshit.
Political aiming at stuff. It's like when there's no sign of anything that would lead you to believe that that it has anything to do with Lord of the Rings or anything like that. Like, it can't be copyrighted. Like, it's not a thing. That's just me, though.
And it'd be like Ozarks. We're at TV. What is it that got a show name? Ozarks now, don't they?
It's called Ozark, but yeah.
They would try to tell Oz that he'd have to change his name because it's copyrighted.
Right. Well, here's the thing. They could maybe try that, but I had copywritten content with this name before that show was ever even created. Now, I know they have money and could push me around and all that, but I'm just simply saying that I was there before they were if they wanted to go that route. I mean,
I know you was, but that's what I mean.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
How crazy it is.
They could. If they got a wild hair, if I started profiting off the name somehow, they might.
Yeah, if they're making profit off of it, they would.
Now, if I started selling DVDs or some shit, Ozark DVDs, which I could sell them via Amazon if I really wanted to put a link.
I want to see that.
I mean, I could. But I watched a few minutes of the show and I was like, and I've read the premise and all that. I was like, this it's not anything I would get into. A lot of people do watch it, but I don't approve of some of the stupid shit that they say about the
Well,
people
but
out there.
it's one of those things that there is a clear separation, so that there would be like no.
Right.
Be no need to take it to anything of that level when there's couldn't be interchanged. Like it's not close enough where it's like, they specifically did a show about metal detecting with the name Ozarks and the catchphrase like Ozarks metal detecting or something like that. Like it would be so like, I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but
everything is a money racket.
yeah.
Well,
That isn't that what it's all about?
Yep.
Okay.
Gotta get yours before they get theirs.
It's true.
Anymore, anyway. Something similar happened to me where a person did me wrong and did me out of some money. They owed me a lot of money. And it would cost me more money than that to take them to court to get the money, and I could get it and prove it. But, it's one of those deals where you weigh the pluses and minuses and you're like, ain't even worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if I had money to where I just wanted to prove a point and, it wasn't a big deal, I could wipe my ass on that money or whatever, I'd probably do it. But, I don't have it like that. So.
What are you talking about? You just got $2,000 for a computer system, clearly.
But oh well.
You didn't get the whole profit though. That's the bad part.
You live and learn, man. That's all I can say, I guess. When it comes to business, you can't do it on a handshake because that's all there is to it.
No, you gotta have a contract anymore for anything.
You want to and all that jazz, but you're stupid if you do, really. I mean, at the end of the day, because if you're trying to run business, you can't do that. And that's what I did. I did it on a handshake and a promise, and I lost a couple thousand, maybe even $3,000. It's not a lot of money to a lot of people, but to me, that's a lot of money.
Well, I think the key would be is figuring out the contract writing. Like that if you could do that, that would be your in, because then you are the one who is making, that's calling those shots.
Not Mike. Lord, I feel sorry for Andrew. She doesn't have an MRI. I hate that stupid thing.
I fall asleep in the MRI.
Go up in a tunnel, and that's what I call it. You got 2 inches from your head touching it.
Where I went wrong was I genuinely liked and cared about a person and tried to help them, and didn't think that they would turn around in the end and get greedy, and they did. I never would have a million years thought that, but
Oh, that sucks.
I believed in that person. I had others telling me that he was going to do that and this and the other, and I was like, oh no, man. And so when it happened, I didn't even tell him for like a week. I couldn't bring myself to say the words that, hey man, he really did do me like that, and because they told me all along, and I was like, no man, try to believe in somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can't go through life all your life just like never, like, I don't know, trying to help a guy or something, you know what I mean? It's one of those things. And then that's what makes the betrayal even that much more when it all happens, and you're like, really? You're like, really?
You were the chosen one.
But people do things for different reasons.
Yep.
And it really does all boil down to, I didn't protect myself the way I should have. So I learned a hard lesson. It's all good. I'm not trying to bring chat down. I'm just saying that.
I mean, that's the reality, though. I mean,
yeah.
Unfortunately, that's because a lot of that plays into the stuff that we deal with in YouTube land. Is there are people that are out there that's all they're interested in, and that's the part that's frustrating for me, is that why, like,
right,
why there's so much energy invested, and I can't understand it. Like
right.
Me personally, like, if there is, unless I have a vested interest in something, I am not going to put forth a significant effort for something unless I'm going to have some kind of total positive outcome out of it. But for me, the thought is still going to be there. Like, I'm still going to want to, and I still do stuff because I feel like that I'm going to feel better, or I'm going to help them.
Right.
Even if I get completely hosed in the process.
Right. Well, they all tried to tell me, like I said, I was going to do what I was going to do, and
I've had it done too, Oz.
The hardest part was I was embarrassed. I think for me at first, First I was hurt when I realized what all happened and how it occurred, and I was like, really? Because I didn't see it. I got blindsided. And then I was embarrassed because I was like, damn, they done told me, man. They've been telling me for 7 years. I was like, oh no, and that's what really did it. I've worked for this dude for 7 years. So anyway,
see that part that's the part that that gets me, is when, like, you go in there with, like, a solid heart, and then it's just getting blindsided, and you're like, what the F? Like, for real, is this happening right now?
I couldn't have never predicted it. They told me though. It was just a whole chain of events. You know, I'm kind of guy you can just come to me and go, "Hey, bro, I appreciate what you've done for me to this point. Moving forward, I think I'm going to go a different direction. You know, wish you luck."
Is to be honest, and that's I am like that too. I would rather like you tell me straight up. Like I had conversations when on my last job where I'm in contact with people a lot, and I would tell them I was like, sometimes I come across blunt, like to be 100% honest. I come across very straightforward, and like if if you feel like that, that I'm being a jerk, then just tell me. Just be like, hey, CJ, you're being an asshole. You need to shut the hell up. Like, okay, I got it. Just, be straight with me.
Yeah, there's a lot of money like it, CJ.
Best I can, I just keep coming back to because I don't know why. I never got a reason. That's what baffles me. It like blows my mind. It just
Well, that and it completely messes with your mind because you don't have any kind of closure.
right.
So you just left, and you're like, okay, so was it something I did, or was it the situation, or was there something else going on that I didn't know about, and it just mind screws you.
Yeah, if I had done something wrong or something, you know what I mean, I could come to grips with it. But I'm like, dude, nothing happened. What happened? And I just keep coming back, dude. The only thing you can say is greed. Somebody didn't want to give you your half of the money, and that's the only thing I could go back to. Is only like some people can't like face a person. And, some people like I don't know. They can't face confrontation, so they run and hide, and they don't talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of anti-confrontational. I mean, to be.
Well, I mean, I think we all try to be
100% honest. Like, and it's really uncomfortable for me, for that kind of situation. But in the scheme of things, I would rather be somebody honest, and I will always tell somebody that I'm, if I got beef with you, you're gonna know, because I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Yeah, wouldn't you rather? I mean, I would.
Because I would rather have everything 100%, out in front than, than
I'm the same way.
Just having to guess,
Mhm.
because that doesn't help anybody.
Right. I honestly know in my heart I did my best job, and I didn't give any reason. So not really. If I had done something, or what I mean, I could deal with it. But that's the hardest part for me. And then no explanation, like you said. It's like, wow, bro, I'm baffled.
And it kills you, because you're like, okay, what was it? What was it that was, was it the situation? Was it something I did? Was there something that I should have done and I didn't do? And it was just like, it's just,
Is there a learning experience here that I could take away from this? Maybe I don't want to do that again, whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sad part, because it's those people that are genuine, that those are the ones that get screwed, because
Yeah.
that's what we know. That's what
I
we
thought
know
with my
as
heart, not
as
can't do that with business. Nobody was going to tell me different, because I liked the dude, and I knew he wouldn't do me like that. Blah blah blah. So,
right.
Like I said, you can't go through life not ever believing in somebody. I mean, every now and then you got to give a dude a chance, and think that trust. You can't just go through life. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. You can't go through life always not trusting. I mean, gosh, what kind of life would that be? So no, you're right. People like us that have a big heart, who genuinely don't have any ulterior motives and shit, they're easy to get over on a lot of times. And let's just be honest, sometimes they're easy to manipulate. And because they don't think like you think, that you're trying to like be evil and get over on them and manipulate them, and my mind don't work like that. So all that can be solved with a signature, but that's all I'm saying.
I had a buddy that I've known for like forever and ever. And he never took care of himself. He was always very codependent, which I turned out that I was too for a while. But like the thing that I really just had to distance myself from him, because his attitude turned towards that the world had to change for his
Right.
his shortcomings.
Right.
So like one of the things was because he had some vision loss from complications of diabetes, and that's because he didn't take care of himself. And he told me one day that stores needed to paint the support poles for the ceiling a different color so that he could see them. And like I didn't know how to respond to that, because I was like I understand the premise, and theoretically, yeah, that would be nice, but the world doesn't have to change completely to accommodate you. Like and to think that was his expectation. That wasn't even a question. It was he said that your store needs to do this. I'm like, what planet are you on, man?
You gotta learn to live with your complications. If something's wrong with you, you just gotta learn how to deal with it yourself. People, things ain't gonna change for you that just because it's something happened to you. Like I've hurt my neck and back. I just have to learn to deal with it till I get it fixed and do what I need to do. You just can't say, well, everybody in this world needs to feel sorry for me, and then this and this and that.
Right.
But it's hard for some people to deal with when something happens to them. They think everything's supposed to change for them.
Right, and that's why I said I totally understand the premise. I 100% agree with the premise of
I think everything's supposed to change for them.
To be more inclusive of people with certain disability is the word that I want to use, but I mean, is it really a disability? Because you can still see, just not that well.
Challenges. Yeah.
Yeah, challenges. But it was the attitude that came out of it that I was like, dude, like I don't even know you anymore.
Right.
After something happens to some people, they want a pity party. Mm-hmm. It changes somebody that you wouldn't think it would change a lot of times. And their attitude changes because they're in a situation that they don't understand why it's happening to them.
Right.
So yeah, that was probably one of the weirdest situations that I've ever been in, because it was like, for as long as I've known him, we both kind of shared the same ideology, where it was, we're just gonna make the best that we can do with what we have. It's not like that we are trying to live outside our means or like anything like that. It's just like, let's try to do the best that we can with what we got. And then for him to go to the opposite end of the spectrum, I was like, bro, like what's going on here?
Oh, I know somebody like that everything is everyone else's fault, period. And I don't care what it is. Somehow it works back to someone else's fault. And this person will never try to make any personal changes to, like, change their situations. And
I hate that.
It's so frustrating to try to deal with.
That drives me just stupid mad.
Because you can't reason with them.
No.
Logic, throw it out the door. If you think on a linear plane, you can forget it. And so it's like, dude, I don't really want to deal with it.
Like what's very concerning specifically about that is that is almost a a standard of behavior in society.
Crazy.
I'm like, how? What? Like, where are we going with this? I don't understand.
Like one thing
It's
I
true,
am
Alden.
with myself is I'm able to, if I get myself in a bind or whatever, I'm able to say, you know what, I should have made better choices here and there, and I got myself in this. I don't like, oh, it's all your fault or their fault or his fault or her. That's one thing I will do. I'll accept what I did.
Right, because if it's your responsibility, like if something happened and it was, from your own course of actions, like that's what should happen. You should be the one that takes the direction, because you're the one who started that path. Is like, it doesn't have, it's like the it goes back to like the hot coffee, right? The hot coffee that the lady spilled on herself, and then she sued and won because it was hot.
Right.
It's like, but it's coffee. It's supposed to be hot. That's a standard function of that material, that it's hot. Like, how do you jack that up? I don't understand.
Well, that's like when you're metal detecting in a park, and someone comes up to you and they're like, "What are you doing?" They haven't went up and asked any other person in that park what they're doing, but they want to know what you're doing. And it's like, you wanted to say to them, "Well, I'm minding my own business. How about you?" And the point I'm saying is, they're more worried about what everybody else is doing than what about what they're doing. Or
Barbecue Becky.
I've was over a bunch of women and stuff, and as a boss, and they always, and some of the men too, always worried about what so and so was doing. Why wasn't they doing this? Why wouldn't they run that machine like they should? I always tell them, just do what you're supposed to do, and not worry about what everybody else is supposed to do.
Right. That's all you can really control anyway. So I'm looking for mines. You see me run, try to keep up.
I mean, they always acted like, well, so and so ain't doing this. Why should I have to do it? Well, they're paying you to do it. If you don't want to do it, there's the door, is what I always wanted to say, but I never did. I mean, but there's so many situations people think that everything's supposed to be their way. But there ain't nothing in this world anybody's way. You just got to live, treat everybody the way you, like Alden said. I always been taught to treat everybody the way I always wanted to be treated.
Right.
And we get burnt, just like he said. You'll get burnt because of it too.
Right.
Yeah, it happens. A lot of times it's a cheap lesson, though,
Yeah, you'll learn from it. You just don't know why, but you learn from it because it happens. Sometimes it's closest people sometimes it's even family.
Oh, I ain't saying that I was 1,000,000% blindsided. I always knew there was that percent of chance that it could happen. I just didn't ever believe it would. So when it did blindside me. You know what I'm saying? But I always knew in the back of my mind it could happen, but I was like, no, he's not going to do that.
Can't never know what's going to happen. You can trust. I trust people too.
He can't predict the future. I'm not the Wizard of Oz.
No. But you always want to trust somebody. I do too. I mean, you don't want to ever think somebody's going to do something bad to you. When you're especially running a business or doing something as a business with each other, like a partner, you think your partner's always going to be there for you.
Right. And that's what happened. It was a partnership that I don't know what happened. You didn't want to believe it. Exactly. All right. You're right. I didn't want to believe it. You're right.
Well, yeah, because you have that trust because you set that standard with your behavior as far as okay, this is something that we're gonna do. I'm gonna put my trust in you, and then they just go off on some tangent, and it's like, okay, hold on, what just happened?
It's like when you get in a fight on the playground. There's two of them and two of you. And the fight breaks out, and your buddy takes off running. You never thought your buddy would do that. You always had his back.
Or if you're doing something you weren't supposed to be doing,
you there by yourself. You like
back when you was in school and places when you was young and you was doing something you weren't supposed to be doing, and somebody you done knew was gonna get in trouble, and here comes the trouble, and then your buddy runs off, and you have to take the blame for it all.
Right. Yeah. Exactly, Joe. It's all good. I'm not whining.
No.
But you never get betrayed by, somebody you don't know or whatever. It's always somebody you trust and cared about or whatever.
Well, and another thing that I found particularly interesting is that when those situations happen, you feel like that you're the only one that happens to, and you have conversations like this, and it's like, oh no, this pretty much happens to like a majority of people,
right?
In some way or another. You're like, oh, okay, so now I don't feel so bad.
Right, true. Yeah, I did well because I thought personal. I took it personal. See, so it really was always business, and it should have always been. Got my butt kicked, right? Let your guard down sometimes, and you do get a couple Mike Tyson lefts to the down.
Like when
to the ear.
What was it? Mike Tyson punch out. Yeah. When you use that little scrawny dude down there punching everybody, and next thing you know, you got hit yours on the ground. They got to hit them 50 times to knock them down.
Right. Exactly. It's all gravy. But
you get knocked down, you get right back up.
I might sound cocky when I say this, but knowing what I know about the work I did and the work he doesn't do, we'll see where the cards fall. He let it
usually does
get in the way of his long game. You ever see that meme that says, "Wait a minute, we just fired the guy that did all the work"?
I've seen it happen.
Good luck, bro.
I've seen it happen many a times.
Right, and nobody's not expendable or whatever the word is, but right. So here's where all the troublemakers are. Right, what's up, Mike?
What's up, Mr. Badger? Yeah, that's where all the troublemakers are. It's CJ's fault.
CJ's fault.
CJ's fault.
Yeah, that's going to be the title to my next live stream, or just change the title on this one. It'll just say CJ's fault.
CJ's fault.
Late night chat, CJ's fault, right there.
Live stream is CJ's fault.
And
that's what my mom always said.
What's that?
Get lunch while they're getting dinner. If you get in a fight, at least get lunch while they're getting dinner. Shit. Even if you're getting your ass whipped, get a couple licks in there. PewDiePie. They wouldn't let you change your name to PewDiePie, huh?
Oh, Joe, where have you
Joe's been
been?
hiding at Mint Old Durban. Oh, don't do that.
Still hot, CJ.
I rebuilt another hot end, and I'm trying to level the bed right now. So what my issue was before is that the way that I put it on, the fan, like the blower fan that cools the part as it's printing,
Yeah.
wouldn't fit on there because the block was on this side of the tube, if that makes sense. So I had to rotate it around so the bulk of the block was on the other side, because I couldn't get the heat fan on, or the fan.
Cooling fan.
Yeah, the cooling fan director pipes down to where it needed to go. So right now I'm just trying to do the leveling the bed so that it prints exactly where it needs to go, and then I will be 100% back up and running. So it's taken me a lot of time, especially because this doesn't have an auto level on it.
Yeah.
So I have to literally do everything by hand, which is kind of a pain in the ass.
Heck, half of my friends growing up, we probably met via fighting. What we didn't have iPhones, so
No.
get out under the bridge or something, shit. Just boys being boys.
We didn't have no way that we do now.
Where I grew up, you were going to fight whether you wanted to or not. So you might as well go on and fight because you're going to have to. I'm not saying I'm not any tough guy or anything like that. I'm just saying where I lived, it's just how it was. It was stupid. Everybody else thought they were a tough guy.
I was never a tough guy. Ever.
But nowadays, hell, half of us would have been in jail for that shit.
Right.
Hell, I got beat up by a girl at school one time. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you like it?
She did become my girlfriend eventually. That's true. She beat me up in front of the whole classroom, literally in front of the class.
Oh, Alden. See, the only way that I can make that better is if I say I have to screw it by hand.
Oh, Alden. You can't do nothing, CJ, without somebody having them say something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Something dirty. He's trying to get the heat to cool down, the cooler to cool down all the heat that he caused from screwing it in.
Yeah, that doesn't make it any better. that actually makes it worse.
I can't wait till CJ has his 8 industrial printers and we can be like, we remember when you had 1 printer.
I remember you, bro. We were cool.
Now you don't even talk to us anymore.
You don't come any live stream. What's up? You too good for us now?
I haven't had a panel link invite in 4 years. But that'd be cool. That's how it starts, though, man.
You remember when he couldn't even get the cooling thing to cool the heat. Then he had to go back and redo it because he put it in wrong. Then he had to level it, and then he cussed the whole time. Now he's got 20 of them.
Yeah, I had one job and I couldn't even do that. And then I did it 20 times.
Sometimes it takes 20 times to get it right.
Did you guys ever sell those caramel chocolate candy bars at school for the fundraisers and then eat like half of them? Or
Mom had to pay, and then she'd be ready to kill you.
Yeah. At least a couple. You're like, I want to eat a couple.
Couple, you mean half the box? Come on.
By a couple, I mean half the box. Yeah. I don't know, Mom. There's $18 missing.
Yeah, I should have 20 candy bars and $20. Somehow there's only 2 candy bars and $20. I don't know.
I don't know. It's not adding up somehow.
Yeah, those things were the worst.
Oh,
because it was always the good chocolate too. Even though it was like it was more expensive,
right,
than what it should have been, but it was still good enough that you can kind of justify it,
right.
And that was the annoying part.
Should I eat 2 or 3 on the way home?
I know, right?
I don't know. They got lost. I
lost them. Backpack.
I don't know. Thought I had them. Now they got like chocolate bars and like meat sticks and like cheese buffets.
Yeah, just about anything. Yeah, all that stuff.
Wasn't smart enough then that we should have raised the price and paid for what we ate.
Right.
To the other persons we sold to.
These are $2 each.
I was I don't know if it was something that I heard here or something that I heard, out in the other real world. But somebody thought that they were going to get past the Girl Scouts, right? Because they're like, "Oh, I don't have any cash." And the Girl Scouts like pulled out their cell phone and they got one of those square things on it. It's cool. We take card too. And he's like, "Damn it!"
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
So close.
Girl Scouts is getting high tech now,
right?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, the best time for chocolate, if you just want to stock up on chocolate, is after Valentine's Day and Easter.
Yep.
Or Halloween. Like the day after, 50% off all day long. Just pile it.
Right.
Not that I, do that or anything. I admit nothing.
Not that my cabinet isn't half full of chocolate. Hey, that's smart though. That's what you do.
Or all them animals and everything else is on sale too.
Right.
Like
the buyers and everything. You buy them half price, take it to your girlfriend the next day, said, "Oh, I was a day late, sorry."
Yeah. But I got you 2 of them.
I'll let you pick out anyone you want.
I had to work yesterday.
Right. One of my favorite candies is that ribbon candy, the Christmas ribbon candy.
Yeah.
I like to stock up on that too. Like the real fruit ribbon candy. Man, that stuff's so good. All right, Alden. Have a good night, bud.
Night, Alden.
See you, Alden. Oh, so close. So close. This is like literally the worst part is getting it perfectly level.
You got a level?
Not that we'll do this kind of level. Because the level that I'm doing is that around my entire heat bed, I have to be within like 0.1 millimeters. So a level isn't gonna do much for me right now.
You need one of them laser things that levels stuff. You can about get it dead point with them.
Okay, I'm about half a millimeter away now.
My brother's construction, and he built my house.
Nice.
And I'd fuss because he'd want it dead. I mean, right on the money every time.
Yeah.
And he'd be taking, I'd be saying, Lord, we ain't never going to get this thing done.
Right.
But he likes everything perfect when he does it, when he's building something.
It's not a bad thing. I mean,
No.
Plus, he was doing it for you, so he,
Well, he does it for everybody like that. It don't matter who it is. It's got to be perfect.
That's good.
That's the only good thing. I built this house. They paid for it. Each step. So it's paid for now, and I don't owe nothing for it at all.
Awesome.
That's one thing that I want to do is I want to win the lottery just so that I can just find a small property, slap a house on it, and have it 100% paid off, and then I just do whatever I want. Like be out in the woods, be out in the mountain, whatever. I just do what I want. Nobody bothers me. I know, wishful thinking.
You'll get there.
You don't even have to win the lottery. You could build you a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 2-bedroom, a bath and a half, 20,000, if that much. If you had somebody to help you do it.
Yeah. I told my stepdad is one of those that he likes to camp, and he is like almost a prepper, but not quite. And we keep joking around that we're gonna buy one of those containers and just go find some land and just go bury it on some land. So when everything goes to crap, that we have somewhere to go.
Right.
Or you could have that, bury it, have your door and everything, have a place to stay there all the time when you wanted to go camping or something.
Right. Because like a lot of the politics, especially around here, like it is getting like ridiculous, like stupid levels of ridiculous. Like tonight. So where I live, there's 2 bridges that cross the river to get to basically West Salem and Salem. And each bridge is a one-way. So if anything happens to anything on those bridges, then it basically cripples that entire setup. And there was this big plan to put together, plans and everything to build another bridge so that, there was another crossing. And the city council voted it down.
It usually happens like that.
And it was I think last weekend there was a jumper on the bridge, and it crippled, and I mean crippled, all of Salem. Like all of Salem, because just north of us there's a ferry that goes across. So like if there was like a backup, then you could take the ferry. The ferry had a backup so much that it was going to be 7 hours to get across to the ferry.
Oh, wow. It's about like that here we got one bridge that goes to town, but you can go all the way down about 10 miles down the road or 20. Well, about 10, I guess, if it's that far, and cross another bridge, or go up the road about 10 or 20 miles and cross another bridge to get there. But they had plans of building two bridges. One was a TVA bridge for the TVA that they was going to build. They didn't build it. They just got the poles up, the concrete blocks up all up there, and no bridge. And then another bridge up there that's going to build, no bridge, and just got this one bridge.
So if anything happens to that one bridge, then it cripples everything.
Yep.
I don't understand that.
And they do work on it, and it slows traffic down because the high school's on this side of the bridge, close to me, and then the other schools is on that side of the bridge, so traffic just jams up right there if they do any work to it when they do. You'd think two bridges would be the smartest thing to ever have.
Well, and to have some kind of backup just in case, right?
Yep.
Like, because if anything, because the other thing is that these two bridges, there's one which is the original crossing across the river right there, and the second one was done in like the 50s. So there has been like no plans or anything to do anything for the last like 70 years. So none of these two bridges have any kind of earthquake resilience. So if we have like a large earthquake, it's basically it's going to knock both those bridges out, and there'll be no way to get across the river for like the entire Willamette Valley. I mean, it's going to cripple what is Salem, like 60,000 people, and then all of the surrounding cities and suburbs. Like, you would have to travel at least an hour and a half out of the way, either north or south, to get to another crossing.
It's like over where my mom and papa lives. They live out in the country too, and there's this mountain you got to go across. The whole mountain slid off when we had all this rain. The whole road just collapsed, killed two people that was on the road that time. The other way around, the people that lives across that mountain has to go 30 to 45 minutes. And when they done that, the road that way fell in at that way, so they was stuck. So they had school closed here because of them people over there. So they couldn't get them to school, so they just closed schools completely for like 2 weeks.
Oh.
And we didn't even have no snow this year, but the rain got them out of school for 2 weeks. But they still working on that road, and they're still having to drive all the way around. People that goes to work on this side of the mountain 30 to 45 minutes longer.
Oh yeah, we had something like that. They had to basically build an emergency road through the landslide area to deliver basic supplies, because one of the areas like up in the hills was completely cut off because the entire like mountain like side like slid and took the entire road out.
That's what it did over there. They done it in a couple places. We had more rain this year than we ever had during the winter. Everybody's complaining about snow, and I was thinking, well, I'd rather be having snow as what we're having here right now, because it flooded everywhere, every other week. Because it's mountains, it's just going to go downhill. When you lived in the valley of it,
right?
You lived on top, it'd be different, but the roads all washed out of everybody's driveways and everything.
Yeah, that's the scary part, is like a lot of people don't think about that like, yeah, we didn't get snow in the valley, but you know, when you look at the bigger picture, like that means all of the mountains and all of the hills around you got the snow, and when that stuff melts, like that's going to overflow like rivers and stuff. So like if you have a couple days of like hard rain, and then you have the overflow from the snow melt, like that's a recipe for a disaster.
And they had no backup plans for it at all.
Yeah, and no emergency plans, right?
No. Because they were never expecting nothing like that to happen, is what they thought, I guess. They might not ever get that road complete. They'll work on it for years to figure out how to keep it from, because they always had rock slides over there, and they'd have to shut it down to close the road off because of the rock slides.
Right.
But it wasn't a good road anyway. It was all curvy. I don't know what. I didn't like going up it when I went across through there.
Yeah, some of those roads I don't like driving on because, like, it's like you have a mountainside on one side of you and then a cliff on the other side. I don't know about you, but I like a little bit more room than that.
No guardrails on some of them over there. Even if the guardrail's there, it ain't gonna stop you probably.
No, because the guardrail will just slide right off. Okay, one more test, and I think that I'm back up and running exactly level and good to go. Oh. Yeah, this is like this is the worst part about when this stuff happens. Is normally it would just be an easy fix, and then I just have to level it. But this process has taken me how long? Like 2 hours?
Just about 2 hours. Hour and a half to 2 hours.
But
you get fixed right, you might not have to worry about it for a while. It'll run for a couple of days.
Yeah, no, I already ordered more heat elements. So and they will get here the same time that all my other stuff does. So I'll be okay. Because I mean, if anything, then I'm down maybe like 2-3 days at the most. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'll get it figured out.
These other would be there, so
right.
2 days from now, it ain't too long.
Yeah, because my idea is that I will build that one with the frame that I have coming in, and then I can just use this one as like my, as my backup one. So that all my good stuff is on one printer, and the best time to build it with a heavier duty frame and all of that is when I haven't even built it yet. So it'll definitely help out. I think I nailed. Yep, I nailed it. Oh, that one is a little bit. That end needs to go up a little bit. Yeah, I got it. We're good. We're good now. I got one corner that needs to come up just a little bit, and then I just throw some tack down, and then it's go time. I like that. I like that very much. Did Oz die? Did he fall asleep again?
I don't know. He got quiet.
Just chilling.
He just listening to this. I think I'm getting a cold or something. This weather.
I still don't feel 100 anyway.
70 degrees one day and 38 tonight or 32 degrees tonight. switches back and forth too much anymore. Cold one day and hot the next. Messes with your body.
I like what was it? It was yeah, it was this weekend. Like the only thing that I can think of is that I got specifically a quesadilla from Taco Bell, and I think just whatever sauce or whatever they put in it just completely destroyed me. Like, dude, my stomach was hurting. Like, I'm drinking Pepto Bismol. Like, I'm just drinking the bottle. Like, I'm not even putting it in like the little cap filler like measuring thing. I'm just drinking the bottle, and it's just like, dude, my stomach is just upset like all day. It's like bro, you need to not eat garbage like that anymore. Okay, I got it. I understand. I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Yeah, my stomach's doing all kind of weird things.
Is it talking to you?
I mean, my stomach feels like my head stopped up.
I know.
You can't breathe.
That's the worst. You just like you're having to like mouth breathe because you can't breathe through your nose, and it just feels wrong.
Yep. That's what I feel right now.
Better get you some rest, Shane.
Right.
Yeah, I thought about getting off here in a minute anyway. I was about to get a little rest.
Yeah, what time is it? It's 12:47 here.
They
So it's got to be
about
about 2:45 at Oz's.
3:45 at Oz's, 3:45 mine, 2:45 Oz's. So at about 3 o'clock Oz, almost 4 o'clock my time.
Oh, Jesus, man.
I say it's a lot of it too, not getting a lot of rest sometimes too.
Maybe staying off the panels for a few days.
We hadn't had one in a while.
Well, I had one a couple of days ago.
Was I on it?
Yeah.
Well, that's me and you was on one on it, and Amy, wasn't it?
Yeah, Amy for a little bit. Then I had another one that was, I don't think you were there. I think it was, what was it? It was you and Lemon. I think it was Lemon and Oz and I.
I probably sleep at night. I'm like Lemon. I can go so long, then I'm out.
Yeah, your body has to shut down for a little while. And it's almost 3 o'clock with Durban. You guys are nuts. Nutsos.
It's just the time zones. I mean, it's just different for us all. Like out there where you're at, it's just like 1 o'clock now.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. I've been going for 3 hours, and you guys need sleep. So I'm kicking you out because you guys need rest.
Well, I'm glad you got it working.
Yeah, me too.
Get a few things done, get you new and you can get a lot done. And we'll see you in the tomorrow. We'll see you, Joe. We'll see you, Oz. Not CJ.
Take care, Shane. Take care, Joe. Appreciate you, CJ.
See you later, Shane. Have a good night, Joe Durbin. Oz, thanks for coming in. Shane, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Appreciate you, man.
And Mike just got back. Hey, Mike, I'm gonna take off, man. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. But thank you for coming in and just hanging out with me, having some conversations about stuff. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for coming.